About this week. Welcome to another episode of This Stays Between Us, where we roast what's trending. Okay, the easiest thing to roast right now, I think, there's too much low-hanging fruit, you know?
Yeah.
We've got Katy Perry on one hand, and we have Blake Lively on the other.
I know. What is the Katy Perry thing? I literally was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this thing of like a giant toilet in a doo-doo just bopping. And I was like, what the hell is that?
I might be mistaken, but I'm like 90% confident the song that she's singing with that whole production is California Girls. And I'm like, how?
No one else poops?
What? Is it like hot girls, bowel syndrome? Like, what is the connection? I don't know.
Hot girls have bowel problems.
Yeah, the IBS.
I guess. That was weird. I know. I saw the giant doo-doo and I'm like, is this a kid's show live or something? And I saw Katy Perry and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I need to like reset my For You page because this, I don't know.
No, it was like very cringy, and I feel like that it's just everybody is talking about it. It's not good that this is coming right after her whole space debacle.
Oh, yeah.
Her 5 minutes in space. Yeah, just so funny. She's like flying through the crowd, like attached to like just like does not look good.
I mean, if I had the money, I'd be flying through the crowd too. But like the dancing was really bad. It's like
very bad.
And like her leg is up, but it's like, what is this? Like, you didn't hire anybody. Is that like we did some budget cuts? Well, you were high.
Spent all
you were like
money on space,
and it's so wild to me to have like so much money that you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna go to space and then I'm gonna dance next to a doo-doo on Tuesday. Like, that's my week.
Yeah, looking at her, like, Google Calendar must be the wildest experience.
I know.
Space on Monday.
Dance with my dump here.
Dance in a toilet.
Dance like a crazy auntie there. Like, maybe flash my cooch to the crowd. Like.
Yeah, Katy Perry, she's not having a good time. Her PR team needs to
hot and she's
double
cold.
Time. Yeah. People are not
that was like a really
her.
cheesy reference to her first song. Hot and you're cold. Yeah. Okay, you did get it. It was just really bad. Yeah, let's keep moving. I was like,
I liked it.
Are you proud? Yeah, she's crazy.
But then we have her low-hanging fruit sister over here, which is Blake Lively.
Yeah, that award made no sense, right?
No.
Like. And I feel like, whatever happened to just laying low, you know? Like, I haven't always necessarily disliked her, but, like, she just keeps, like, digging herself. Like, just stay home for a few months, and then they're gonna move on.
I think you just said something very wise. Laying low is very underrated. Like, you guys don't have to be in the center of attention, like, at all times. Just, like...
Yeah.
Just... for your own like sake, just step away for a little bit. You're getting wrecked out there,
especially during a time where people are so hungry to have more things to criticize you for. Even if she does come out and do good things, like, it's going to be like dissected. So like, just lay low. Like, they're gonna move on. They always
100%.
move on.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. The whole, like, did you listen to her speech?
Bits and pieces of it. Yeah. It was very rehearsed. It was kind of painful.
Yeah, well...
Like, it was not very, like, you're an actress. Act. At least, like, if you don't mean what you're saying, at least, like, it just seemed very, like, dry.
And she's taking her... The thing that I think, like, did not land well with most people is that she's taking her mom's story and, like, telling it to try and get good grace from people.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, this is your mom's story. And, like, you're taking it and you're trying to use it. It's like, it's done in, like, bad taste.
Yeah.
It's like a traumatic story, which, true or not, like, it's not yours to tell. And especially when it's, like, very blatant that it's an attempt to be seen
clean
in
her
a better
reputation.
light. Yeah.
Yeah, I think with permission, there's nothing wrong with amplifying other people's voices. Like, if her mom was okay with it, I think that part is fine. I think it's just the timing sucks, right? Like, why didn't she share that story if she had permission and her mom was okay with it during the press for the movie? Like, that would have made sense. That would have been appropriate.
100%.
But we were playing light then, and now we're trying to take the criticism and shift to what we should have been doing. Like, I don't get it, but like in her head, she's probably like, okay, they're telling me I should have done this, so I'm going to do it now. But now it's like, you're only doing it because you're being told to, so don't do anything for a little while. Just lay low, and then like come back and change the conversation to it. She has other movies coming out. Change the conversation. Like,
yeah, she's
not going to fix that.
It comes across as very disingenuous.
Yeah.
And
calculated. Like,
calculated, and it's just done in very like poor taste. The easiest thing would be to lay low, come back. If you want to apologize, have some sort of, I don't know.
The thing is that, like, if she apologizes, I get that, like, she will be held liable for sure in this lawsuit, which she probably should be. But
I think
to some degree, I think for certain things you can't apologize, and it could just not be, I don't know. I guess it also depends on how she does it, right? If she gets on, like, I don't know, the most humble corner of her house that's probably very nice in like no makeup and gives an apology, I feel like, I don't know how well that would go over unless it feels super genuine, which like it probably wouldn't. Yeah. So I don't know how well that would vote over. I probably would just lay low. But if you do want to do an apology, maybe say, like, I should have spent more time. I should have, if she's saying like Sony was the one that forced me to not talk about, victims or whatever, let's forget about that. That's irrelevant. Like, even with like your influence, you could have pushed it if that's the story. If that's really what happened, get on the internet and say, like, I should have pushed harder for that. I made a mistake there. I recognize that there are victims out there. I approached this in a very ignorant way, and I'm committed to never letting this happen again. And then, like, move on. But I think these little things that she's doing, I don't know. I do think she believes she was a victim. Even if she wasn't, I think she believes that she was with this whole movie thing. I think you have to believe it. To take it this far, I don't think, it doesn't make it true.
I don't know.
I think she thinks it is.
I feel like people can put up quite the front. I really do.
Even if she knows she lied, she's been saying the same story for a while now, even though it's been kind of changing. I think at some point you start believing it, right? Like, in her head, I truly believe she thinks she's a victim in all this. The public is too harsh. Yes, the guy was a jerk.
In that way, yes. I think that, like, she does think that she's a victim.
Yeah.
That she's being harassed by the public, and that people are painting her in a light that's probably not true. But as far as the lawsuit goes, I think she has to know that
on some level that she effed up.
Yeah, that they exaggerated and that it's not fully true, and that there are other pieces that they weren't forthright about.
Yeah.
But I feel like our podcast would be the greatest platform for Blake Lively to come.
No. Like, we're okay. Don't bury us before we even get started.
No, I was gonna say to come and apologize.
Oh, still no. We're good. Like,
she could come on Confessions. I have a confession. I lied.
Can you imagine?
That would be...
Maybe in like 20 years when we mean something to people and then she means less. People are less worried about it. So she'd just be like, hey, bring it back up.
Tag Blake Lively.
Don't tag her. We are good. The most like litigious person in the business. We're good. We're okay.
People would love to hear her talk her side of the story.
They would roast her to oblivion. Like, in anybody that gives her a platform.
They wouldn't roast us.
For giving her a platform? Well, we wouldn't give her a platform. She would give us She put us on the map. Let's be real. But like, they would be like,
we can be impartial.
She is so not sorry. She went on this podcast with like half a follower. And, like,
My
did what?
House.
Yeah. I mean, sure, Blake, let's talk. Have your people call our people. Can you imagine? That's funny.
So funny.
I mean,
yeah, wild. But speaking of women that like embellish stories,
yeah,
which is so upsetting because I feel like we've worked so hard to get to the point of like believe women, you know, but then it's like, okay, never mind, don't just believe women. Like, maybe we do need to start asking more questions, as Blake Lively is proving, and as like other people have proved as well. Do you want to tell? Like, there's another...
Yeah, we can get into it. I will say, like, due process, I think, is always important, but I think, these stories suck. They suck really badly for people that experience real situations, and because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like for those cases, right, you should be, for victims of SA or like harassment or whatever, they should be like innocent until proven guilty too, you know, like they should be, we should probably assume it's true until we find out that it's not in those instances. Yeah. But there was this.
It is like such a hard, it's such a hard thing to balance because it's like, you don't know who, like a lot of the time, I don't know. Just knowing who the victim is in the situation. Yeah. You know? Because, like, in this, like, the Blake Lively, for example, like, Justin Baldoni is the victim in, like, being...
Unless there's something we haven't seen, but everything that she claimed has been debunked. So it's, like, with footage, it's like, what are we doing?
Like, his career is taking a hit, for sure. He's being, like...
Well, I hope he gets back now, right? With him... clearing his name, but still sucks. And I mean, this whole thing, at the very least, I think he should be financially compensated for his legal fees.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not sure who saw this, but it was all over my For You page, at least, the story about Caroline Miller at Walmart. She was... What?
You just remembered a name.
Oh, I did.
Chris never remembers names.
I'm bad at that.
I'm very proud of her.
The only reason I did, do you want to hear the connection? It makes no sense. But I was trying to Google her name earlier, and I typed in Caroline, and it showed up as Caroline Forbes from Vampire Diaries. And then Miller is easy to remember. So I was like, oh yeah, Caroline.
That's a smart way to remember names.
I need to connect it to something that means to me. Vampire Diaries ruled my life for a few years there.
I love it.
Anyway, so she's at Walmart. She's taking like an electric, is that that's what it is called, right? Mm-hmm. The electric like chair.
No,
not the electric chair. That's not what I mean.
No, as soon as you said it, I was like, nope, that's wrong.
What is it?
I don't know.
Mechanical. It's not a bowl. I don't know. What is it?
Maybe it is an electric tool.
I've forgotten all the names now. It's 1 step forward, 5 backwards. Hold on.
It is
the wheelie chair.
And it's like not a wheelchair, but it's like electric chair? No.
Because you're thinking, like, death row.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. My brain went there.
You say electric chair, that's where it goes.
Yeah. I Googled, like, electric wheelchair, and that's what it is. I think. Motorized chair? Alright, my dudes, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. The chair, you know? Whatever. Not that chair. Whatever. I didn't help myself.
Like a scooter chair.
Scooter chair. Sure.
That's what we'll reference it as.
Yeah. There you go. She was on it with her 2 kids. I guess she said that she was like, she took one just because like her kids wanted to ride on one, which some people were already kind of pissed about. That they're only for people who are disabled. I did use them when I was pregnant. I feel like that's valid.
That counts.
And I have sciatica, so like sometimes
Double
if my
counts.
leg is like locked up, I just use the chair. But so like I feel like an imposter when I do though. Even when I was fully pregnant, I'm like, I probably am just lazy, but it feels like my pelvic bone is about to explode.
I count it.
Okay, I feel less bad. Just doing confessions throughout. I'm like, do I need to feel bad about this? Like, tell me.
As a professional. No.
Thank you. You are. Social worker, girl. Anyway, so she was on it, and she's, like, clearly having trouble with it. Like, in the footage, she's, like, bumping into everything, and which is important, because this guy comes up to her, and, well, maybe we tell her version first. She said that this guy came up to her and asked her where the burp is like halfway up my throat. It's like too much Coke Zero. Sorry, I'm like dying.
Just burp.
I can't. It's stuck. It's like it just comes up to like here.
Just force
stops.
it. Just like really push it.
I'm worried about what else is gonna happen. Whatever. It'll go out. Whatever. We'll keep moving. Anyway, she is at Walmart. This guy comes up to her and asks her where the Tylenol is. She says that she points to it, and as soon as she points, her 2-year-old or however old year old is on her lap, and she said that the man launched at her kid and like tried to grab him, and so she grabs her kid, and they're like doing a tug of war for like 10 seconds, which is a long time if you think about like
yeah
that probably sounded bad on the audio. Now that I think about it, my arm rubbing on the... So fun. Whatever. Sounded kinky.
Fine.
We're gonna keep moving. So, so like, she's going with this guy, apparently. This didn't happen, so it's okay that we're laughing. So yeah, and I guess, she gets the kid back, and supposedly he said to her, oh, I was trying to get him off your lap so you could come help me. Which makes no sense if he thought she was disabled.
Yeah.
Right? Because you would assume she's disabled if she's on the thing.
She's on... No, yeah.
Not the scooter chair.
Unless she had mentioned already that she wasn't or something.
She's just driving around like, sorry. I'm not supposed to be using this.
Just playing with my kids.
Maybe. Yeah. So then, this man got arrested. I think he's still in jail. And it's been like a month.
That's so sad. I would be so sad.
I could get to a point where you're oh, girl. No. Josh is like, let's go camping. I'm like, why would I do that to myself? Like,
no.
Like, I know I should want to, because it's like, let's be adventurous. But like, I need my bed. I need my heating pad. I need like my fan. I need so many things. I need the right conditions. Plus my like insomnia meds to fall asleep. I don't want to be out in the woods.
I know. I need like a different source of entertainment every like 10 minutes. You know? What am I going to do in a cell?
I'm constantly trying to avoid like sitting down and like just chilling with my thoughts. I'm just trying to stay busy. That would be hard. Props to people that do it. Maybe not props
to them. Congrats. Special shout out.
We're gonna watch that one back. I was half thinking camping, half thinking jail as the same thing. So don't go to jail, kids. Stay in school. And don't go camping.
I would especially be so mad about being in jail if I was there for something I didn't do.
Also, for trying to help, or like, because what actually happened, and they released the footage, he asked her for the Tylenol thing. He kind of walks away. She keeps driving. She hits a shelf. Her baby almost falls. The guy comes over, picks the baby up, puts it on her lap, keeps walking, goes to get his Tylenol. It shows the lady 2 seconds later bumping into another shelf and then running over another one of her kids' foot And this other guy coming over and picking that baby up and putting up on the thing to help her. Yeah. Also, like, what is happening? Like, having kids is hard, overwhelming. Kids are crazy, sure. But, like, why are we running over our children with this scooter chair? Like...
Yeah, what is going on?
Like, let's get a regular cart. Put your children on the thing. And, like...
buckle them down.
Yeah.
Like, no, yeah. Very... very weird.
It's not a playground. It's just not the place. Yeah. And, like, there's shelves everywhere. Like, what if you bump into a shelf and it falls on you?
Well, especially if you don't, like, know how to use it, too. Like, it seems like it's her first time riding around in one of those.
Yeah. I don't understand.
You're not doing very well at it, either. Anyway.
Yeah.
Which would all be a non-issue. Truly, like, I don't even think any of that is a problem. Until... ... Keep going.
Yeah. Wait. What? I got lost for a second.
Well, none of that is a problem. Like, none of that is a problem until you find out she tries to blame this guy
Oh, yeah. He, like... And he even comes back when he gets his Tylenol. He walks past her and he's like, I found it. And she's like, cool. And he leaves, pays for his stuff and goes. And then she, like, calls the police, I guess, and then goes on the news and, like, is talking. One of the videos, she has her baby on her lap and she's like, did someone try to take you away from mama? And the baby's like, yeah. But, like,
yeah, like,
you're leading the witness.
She's like...
Like, you can do that with kids. If you turn to him and say, like, are you so excited about the volcano that just erupted? He'd be like, yay. Like, he has no idea what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And says that she had a tug-of-war with him. And anyway, the story that we initially said. Completely lied about the interaction. Which is like, why? Why are we wasting our time? Why are we wasting the police time? Why are we blaming this guy for trying to be nice? Like, isn't that terrible that sometimes, like, you're just trying to be the good person? Like, trying to be nice, trying to be helpful. And then, like, people turn around and just spit in your face like this? Like, what? Honestly, that would be my origin story. I would, like, be a villain forever after that.
I know. I would be like, you can't do a nice thing for anybody. You can't talk to people when you're out and about without somebody accusing you of something. What world do we live in?
I know. And it's like, dude, let the kid... It puts into question, right? Like, if you're in the grocery store, wherever, like, there's a kid falling, like... Do you not pick them up? Like,
do you just mind your own business? Like,
that seems like not the world I want to live in. Because obviously, like, you have to be careful and stuff. And there's creeps everywhere and stuff. But if someone's just clearly helping you, I don't understand. Like, I was listening to a different podcast the other day, and there was a story where, I don't know if it was like, am I the asshole, or I can't remember what the Reddit whatever it was, but this guy, was at work or like had a work dinner or something, and this one girl started choking, so he gave her like the Hamlet or whatever, and she was getting like purple. She spit it out. She was fine. He saved her life, and she reported him to HR. It was in front of everyone. He didn't touch her inappropriately. He literally, like, it is like a physical thing that you're doing. You're getting behind the person and like slapping on their stomach, but
like, the alternative would have been for her to choke and die.
Yeah. Like, it was an emergency. Yeah. And everyone, like, applauded him. Like, if it had been a bad thing, like, I don't know. Kind of a crazy thing. So she reported him. He kind of got in trouble. They were supposed to investigate it. They talked to witnesses. They were like, that's not true. Like, she was choking, like, for, like, a second before he, like, tried to help. And then he stopped, like, inviting her to things, like, alone, like, as friends to hang out. Like, he would only let her come if it was, like, multiple people and whatever. With reason, because, like, you just want to be safe. You need to protect yourself. Like, it's hard to, like, run from accusations if you're getting them. And again, like, false accusations are not the rule. They're the exception most of the time. But the exception still, like, hurts the rule, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, anyway, so then she was like, yeah, like, I already explained it to HR. I know that, like, that's not what you were trying to do. I just have some trauma that I need to deal with. But, like, I feel like you're excluding me from hanging out and, like, you're avoiding me. And it's like, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah. And, yeah.
It's like,
I mean, and if there's trauma, then, yeah, like, you don't know what is going to push that button, you know?
Yeah.
What's going to incite more what's gonna trigger, that's the right word, what's gonna trigger that.
Yeah.
And for his own, like, protection, like what do you do?
Seriously.
It really puts him in a stuck between a rock and a hard place.
And it's understandable, like, if you have a history and for you to have certain triggers like that. I understand that.
But from his perspective, it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
100%. But I'm saying, like, she knows that, but doesn't she also know that the alternative is she would have died in that situation, and he was trying to save her life. Like, I get that maybe physically it made her uncomfortable after the fact when she was not choking and had a chance to think about it. Like, I understand that, but that doesn't make it his fault.
Yeah. No, right? 100%. That, like, weirdly makes me think of a new series on Netflix.
Oh.
Have you? It's a doctor one. I can't remember what it's called. Pulse.
I started it.
Yes.
I haven't finished it. You just reminded me of that.
Honestly, another one of the.
It just, like, died off. It's like I binged it. I fell asleep. It doesn't exist anymore.
It's so interesting, and I feel like it's like it'll be controversial whatever side that, like, you take with it. So it's like a little iffy to even get into it.
Yeah.
But I just think it's like it's very interesting how the whole plot is, the whole premise of the thing is that, like, she is in love with this guy. They have, like, a serious relationship, and she reports him to HR because of how their relationship affects their work environment. But reporting him to HR, like, ruins his aspirations in his career. And it's this question of, like, if you loved him, why did you do that? But also, is it right to not report it if it is affecting your progress in your career?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's
that was really interesting to watch, because, like, the more you watch, the more, like,
confused
nuanced it gets, because it's like, oh, it does seem like he's kind of like standing in the way of you getting opportunities at work if you're not going along with, like, hanging out with him or giving him a shot. But then you do like him, but it's also like,
and there's also like, and for her, that there's, like, this opposite of, like, being with him. He has a lot of influence, and so being with him pushes her further in her career. But she doesn't feel like she doesn't want it, I guess, if it's not what she deserves. Yeah. You know, so there's this, like, this gray area of, like, is it okay, is it not? And
don't shit where you eat.
don't pee in the pool you swim in.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a lesson, right? Like, to be really careful. There's, like, reasons why there's rules and, like, a full process whenever you, like, get into a relationship with someone that you're in that type of situation with. Like, you probably should avoid that if you can. Like,
no, 100%. But I would be, like, curious what would you do? Like, not you, but, like, the people, our listeners, you listening at home or wherever you are. You don't have to just listen at home. What would you do in that situation? Is that something you would report or no?
Yeah. I guess I haven't finished. So, did you finish the show?
Mm-hmm.
Do we, like, get an answer, like, why they broke up or how that went down? Because I guess, as far as I know, I only know that, like, they were, like, living together. People didn't know. And then she reported him. I have a piece missing.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah,
Spoiler?
I'll still watch it. I like spoilers. It makes me feel safe.
Like, I know what's coming.
I know, I'm not, like, anxious, like, please.
Well, essentially, they go to this retreat for all the doctors. And they are talking in a room, and he ends up telling her that he loves her. And she gets really emotional about it, and she says she loves him too. And then, it's been a while, so I don't remember, like, exactly, but then she gets really afraid of, like, how this is gonna affect both of their careers. And they get into kind of an argument about it that it's like an interesting argument. They get in an argument about it. She feels really, she's going up to be the resident. Is that what it is?
Chief resident?
Chief resident next year. And it's between her and this other guy. And then as soon as, like, they say they love each other, that kind of messes with things where she doesn't know if she's gonna get that position because of her own efforts or because of him.
Yeah.
And I know I'm butchering it because I know that there's more angles to it. It's not just like that black and white.
Yeah. And I know this is probably the wrong take, but like, win-win. A win is a win.
I know
that's bad.
Girl,
that's like,
take what you can get.
I'm like, I'm gonna get this job and I have this boyfriend that loves me. Like, okay.
I know. And so.
But I get it. I mean, it's like her effort. Like, I mean, sit him down. Like, one of you transfers. Sit him down and say, like, don't push for things for me. Like.
Yeah. Just like, don't
send it my way.
Anything.
But don't say anything.
Yeah. And. Yeah, so then they get in this argument about that. And then there's something else to do with his career. And she thinks that, like, that now she has to protect him I don't know. But it's like, it feels very, I don't know. It's just interesting. Like, I felt kind of bad for him because he's getting, like, everybody at work thinks he's, like, a predator or something. And...
yeah.
What it really was just he told her he loved her. And there's more that goes into it. That's why I'm like,
yeah, but like,
I'd be so curious if anybody has the perspective. I kind of side more with him a little bit in this whole thing.
Yeah.
But if anybody sides more with her, I'd be curious to hear, like, why. She has, like, a traumatic past where for her it's, like, really hard to accept that anybody loves her. Yeah. And so that's, like, triggered a little bit too. Mm-hmm. But still not a good enough reason to...
Yeah. I think... I don't know. What people sometimes don't understand is that HR is not for you. It's for the company, the establishment, the hospital, whatever it is. It's for them. It's to protect them legally, right? That's what they're doing at the end of the day. And so, like, they want to try to keep you from filing a lawsuit. So I think one thing that... and this kind of sucks, I guess, too, because there are different situations. But I feel like if you are willing to go to HR, you have to be willing for it to be public, right? That's what you're agreeing to. So I think in that situation, what I disagree with is, like, she felt wronged, which makes sense. But I think she would know, right, the impact that going to HR would have, you know? So I think you have to be willing to be public and say, we were in a full-blown relationship that was consensual. Yeah. But we were, you know, I was worried about us making decisions that...
like, it's a little nuanced and whatnot.
Maybe be straightforward about it. I know that it's, like, putting your business out there, but at the same time, I feel like you owe that person that much. Because otherwise they think that this guy, like...
did something horrible.
Did something non-consensual to you. Right? Like, I feel like you have to be willing for that. I do think that it is kind of nuanced because, like, if you were actually, like, sexually harassed or assaulted at work or something, like, you are owed more privacy than that. Yeah. But I feel like, in her case, I feel like she should have been willing to be more honest. At least the last episode that I watched, I think, was, like, coming out that they were living together because she was trying to keep it a secret, which I get, it's your life. You want to keep it private, but, like, I don't think it was enough to ruin each other's lives, right?
Yeah, it was just like, it was just an interesting... I thought it was interesting. I don't know. It was... Yeah. I don't know. And this is not to say that you shouldn't go to HR and that you shouldn't, like...
You should, but I'm saying, like, seek private legal help if you can, I guess. Yeah. Like, you should utilize your resources, but...
And be aware of, like, if depending on the claim that you're making, like how that's going to affect you and the person.
Yeah.
Right? Again, and a lot of, there's plenty of situations where you probably shouldn't even care how the other person is going to be affected. Like, they deserve it.
Yeah.
But in others, like her situation, I think that she maybe owed him a little bit more.
Yeah.
As somebody who she loved.
Like, did they break up and he retaliated?
No.
Okay, because if that had happened, that would make more sense, I guess.
No.
I don't know. It's, complicated.
It was just, interesting. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think if you watched it.
But, again, I will say, if something happens at work, seek, like, private legal help.
Yeah.
And then go from there. I feel like that comes first, because, like, props to the hospital, because they don't know what happened. I guess maybe they have parts of the story. I don't know. But, like, in a lot of cases when women come forward, and men, I guess, more often women, let's be for real, the woman gets let go a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like, stats are super sad around it. Like, especially if the guy is higher up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they don't get rid of that guy most of the time. Which I think in that situation, he was her supervisor, right?
Yeah.
So, props to them for, like, getting rid of him, I guess. But the situation maybe was more nuanced than that. But, yeah.
Well,
that was depressing as well.
That took a real downturn. What are some good things happening in the world?
I don't know. Sad.
On that note.
I know. Let me think. Literally, I only wrote down the scandalous things, I guess. Okay, this is not good, but it's neutral. And I feel like that's good enough right now. Have you guys seen this? Like I forget his name now. It's like Menugate on TikTok. I need to see if I can find his name. But it's going to start playing audio. I'm so sorry. No, it didn't.
Menugate.
Hey, it's me, that guy.
Cody.
ATL
Cody is his TikTok. Anyway, he's been living in, apparently, listen, okay, I'm going to start with this. I read some comments. Some people are like, this is obviously a skit. It got me. Which is not hard to do.
That's me with, like, every AI post ever. It's like a freaking polar bear sleeping on a boat with other people, and I'm like, wow.
Beautiful.
Nature is amazing.
I know.
The first person I showed to, it's like, look at the feet. Like, those are polar bear feet. Anyway.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
I know.
It's hard.
I'm just a girl.
Yeah, what do you want from me? No, but it's really interesting. I went on a deep dive at like 3 a.m, which makes this less reliable. But he's been posting for like 4 years that he's living in this apartment complex that's supposedly like empty. And basically how he moves into this place, and some guys are putting like these Chinese menus in the doors or whatever of every house, of every apartment in his complex. And he's walking around and he's like, it's been like 5 days. None of these doors have been opened because the Chinese menu is still in the door. Mm-hmm. Between like the door and the door frame. So he's like, what is happening? So he starts filming it. And he films like all over his complex, and it's the same thing. And then like he's walking around outside. It's like dark, like it's 7, whatever time it is, nighttime. All of the lights are off in the complex.
Wait, I may have missed this. Did he just move into this complex?
So this is the first few videos. It started 4 years ago. He still lives there, and it's still just like him.
Okay.
So he goes to like the parking lot, and like there's a bunch of cars with boots on them, like they're supposed to be getting towed or whatever. But the dates on it are like a year, multiple months, like, and these cars are obviously like abandoned. A lot of them have been hit, and like they don't look like they're drivable anymore. There was one that had like gunshots on the windows.
Yeah.
So
Spooky.
like, one, let's pray for him. I don't know what's going on there, but they need Jesus. I don't know what's happening. But isn't that crazy? And also, like, how could that be a skit? And then at some point, someone set off the alarm or whatever. And so he goes outside. No one comes outside.
Yeah.
And then he gets an email from management saying that someone pulled the fire alarm. And he goes around the full building recording the walls and stuff. And there is no fire thing to be pulled.
Yeah.
So
Weird.
he's like, what do you mean someone did this? Like, there's nothing for someone to pull. And then, like, he starts saying that he thinks that, like, someone is putting props out of, like, trash and things because he sees, like, these cans being put outside of these doors, but they don't have trash in them, because they have trash valet or whatever. But, like, his trash is not picked up yet, so they haven't come. But there's no trash in these bins that are being left outside for the valet trash. I thought it was a little spooky. I don't know. I feel like it's weird.
Very spooky. Sounds like a Truman Show.
Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know if it's real. If someone knows,
wait, so that's it?
Oh, yeah. Pretty much.
We don't know.
Conclusion. He's still there.
He's just living there and nobody else lives there? And he only started noticing this recently?
No, he's been posting about it for 4 years.
And he still lives there?
Yeah.
This is the kind of, like, horror movie kind of thing that you're like, dude, leave.
You know why he hasn't left? Because he's a boy.
Oh, I was going to say, because he's probably making money on TikTok from it.
That too. But at some point, wouldn't you just, like, get a better place? Find a new story?
Yeah. So interesting.
I know.
Huh.
This reminds me of another one, too. This was a while ago, but there was this girl. Did you ever see Listen, I have insomnia, so sometimes I don't sleep and I spend time on TikTok. So don't judge me. But a few years ago or a few months ago, I can't remember.
I have the opposite of insomnia. I sleep too much.
I need that. I slept like 4 hours straight the other night, and I woke up like, wow, that hasn't happened in a long time.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
4 hours.
Like, not in like a stretch.
If I slept only 4 hours, I would not be able to work. Like, I would be broken.
Yeah.
That day.
I mean, I feel broken. Like, unless I take like NyQuil or something, or like insomnia meds, I can't just do it naturally. Like,
interesting.
I don't know why. But yeah, there's this girl who posted this thing on TikTok a while back where, like, she was building, like, I think she had just moved into this house, but she was building a fence around her house, and they started digging to put down the fence, and they, like, found a rolled up rug. And so she filmed it and posted it on TikTok, like, isn't this so weird? Like, it was pretty deep, and it was rolled up, and everyone was like, put the shovel down and call the police. There's probably a body.
Oh, whoa. I didn't even...
I just saw your face change completely.
That didn't even cross my mind. I was like, why? What?
What's the tea? People must really like old rugs.
Yeah, I was like, why are people burying rugs?
Every movie ever.
Wow, I know. Well, now it clicked.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Call the police, girlfriend.
I know. I probably wouldn't have thought of it immediately either. I only did because I had already seen the comments. But I was like... Anyway, so it was this whole thing. Like, it was also really weird because she did call the police and they brought out, like, I don't know, like, excavators came and, like, the CSI people and the FBI, like, all these people came. And she, like, was recording most of it, which she may or may not have been allowed to do. I don't know. But not, like, up close. She had to stay in her house. But she was filming from, like, outside what was happening. Like, she was live for a good portion of the day or something. And the weird thing is that they brought out the dogs at first to, like, see if there was a reason to even dig. And I forget what it's called. Like, when the dog, like, finds something. It's like they...
Sniffed it out?
No, it's like they... There's, like, a word for it. It's like they go to the spot and they sit or something. They usually do that when, like... Yeah. They spot whatever. There's a name. I don't know what it is. But they, like, basically made it so, like, they had determined that there was a body.
Yeah.
And so that's when they brought out all the big guns. And they were, like, out there forever and, like, moving around dirt. Like, they, like, destroyed her backyard pretty much. They, like, put most of it like, together-ish after. But it was pretty much, like, just dirt everywhere. And they told her that they didn't find a body, but they took a bunch of, like, it seemed like they took the rug and a bunch of stuff.
Aliens?
What?
Anyway.
Anyway. Not aliens. I mean, maybe aliens. I don't know.
I don't know. Are they covering something up? Something that she shouldn't know about?
I think they definitely covered it up. I think they found a body. Because would they tell her? Be like, oh yeah, update your TikTok people. Like, it would probably hurt their case. I would think. Right? They would have to...
I feel like they would tell her.
Would they?
I feel like that would be, like, the normal procedure would be to, like, yeah, we found a body. And then...
Really? I don't know. Because what if... Because she was live on TikTok and obviously, like, posting about it. I feel like if they have to do an investigation and find out whose body it was to close a current case...
Well, maybe with the TikTok thing.
I don't know if they would. Maybe they would. I don't know. I just assume everyone's lying to me. It's more mysterious.
Well, but no, okay, so I guess what I'm saying is, like, I feel like they would tell her. I feel like that would be the normal thing in any other situation, is that they would tell the person. Yeah. But something sketchy feels like is going on.
Right, like, a little bit. Or, like, what if they suspected her? Would they... They're allowed to lie. That's the thing, right? Like, yeah. They're legally allowed to lie.
And if it's, like, if it's not a body, then what was it?
I don't know. Why would the dogs have found anything?
And was she not watching at all times?
It's kind of hard to explain because I watched some of the live. Basically, like, they told her that she couldn't leave her house, and she had like a back sliding door, and her backyard was pretty big, and so they were just out there. They had like stuff like all around, like covering the area that they were gonna dig and whatever. They had a bunch of people, a bunch of vehicles and whatever, and so they only let her out there once they kind of put most things back and took the rug and whatever evidence that they needed. Mm. Like, why would you take the rug if there's nothing to it? Maybe it was a conspiracy theory there, but maybe it's just that they need to log what happened or whatever. But I would think that they found something.
Yeah. Like,
or maybe it was just like, I don't know, I guess. Maybe they found drugs rolled up in... They were trying to make a giant joint. I don't know. Like, why would the dog sit? Or whatever. Why would it, like, alert that there's something if there isn't anything? It could have been an animal, I guess. Wouldn't it? Alright. They gave up.
Yeah.
One of our lights just turned off. We don't know why. So it's Lolly's turn to talk while I fix it.
Yeah, no, very, very weird. And was that it? Was that, like, is that the end of the story? They just, like...
I'm gonna stop telling you stories. You keep saying, is that it?
I mean, like, there's no conclusion.
I got real excited about it, okay?
Well, I mean, just, like, when I ask, is that it? It's like... Did she do any more digging? Is there anything...
I do have a follow-up. What happened was she got a bunch of followers from it. Someone hacked her account and took all her money.
Oh,
from
really?
the views that she got.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that's the only development I know.
That's upsetting.
We could reach out and say, hey, what happened with the wreck? Maybe she'll come on.
We'll have her on.
Yeah, it's like, tell us more.
Yeah.
And tell us
what's
which
your
parts
confession?
I got wrong. It's like, did you kill him? Like, was that a body that, you know, you're responsible for?
Yeah.
Maybe she's arrested. I haven't seen anything else pop up of hers.
These are the questions we need answered.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another episode.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, if you like our content, follow us on TikTok at TheRealTSBU. Follow us on any podcast platform. We're on all of them. And YouTube under This Stays Between Us. Yeah. Spill the tea. Sip the secrets. And shut the hell up about it.
And don't forget the stays between us.
See ya.
So aggressive.
Like, there's no way to make that sound like cute.
I think this is because the computer shut off.
Oh, yes. That makes sense.
That's fine. Okay, most of it was just at the very end.
Yeah, and we were at an